So live, here we go.
All right. Big days ahead of us. Hot summer days. We got some baseball going on, WNBA, and football right around the corner. Getting excited for that. I'm sure the boys are too. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Scott Matthews right here with you, the one and only Get the Edge Sports Podcast. We do it here each and every week at Podcast Junkie Studios right here in beautiful Boca Raton, Florida. And I'm joined by my two partners in crime who have been with me since day one. Here he is. I'm going to introduce them one by one. The CEO of TK Wins, Tommy King. What's up, TK?
Yeah, what's up, man? I can't believe it's almost been a year since I've been sitting with you guys here. Next month, we got football starting preseason next week.
Yep.
One of the Dolphins players today was in practice. I rushed him off, airlifted him off to the hospital. I saw when they were players.
Little heat exhaustion?
I'm not sure exactly what happened. They didn't have all the details, but first week, and boom, one of them's already
Yeah, I saw that. He's actually
I was going to introduce you, brother.
well,
Go ahead.
he's actually so the NFL does this thing where they give international players they give you like a couple roster spots. So he's actually a Dominican guy that's never played before.
Yep.
I was reading
So
about
he's probably
that.
used to the heat then.
Yeah, it could have been like a neck injury or something. They haven't really said.
Well, I got to bring him in here. He's on right now. Here he is, the CEO of the Sports Prophet, my man, Teddy Brooks. What's up?
Dog days of summer, Scotty. Don't be so rigid. It's okay. We can move around. Don't worry.
You guys jump.
Don't be so rigid.
You guys like jump in like crazy.
I think he
now.
was the
What's
one
going
jumping around.
on?
Your
last
heart-
week, though.
You don't let me
You're
get a
more
flow.
rigid than this table right here.
You don't let me get a flow going with you guys anymore. It's like you guys are jumping all over it like right away. What's going on? How was your week, T?
Yeah, it's been good, man. Baseball's been heating up for me. I had a good night all week. I've been starting to heat up a little bit, so I'm ready for.
Outside of that, what's going on?
I'm
in your
ready.
world?
You guys are going to be. I'm going to be zooming in with you. If you guys probably not this week. I mean, not next week, but the week after. I'll have a little surprise background and location for you. I'm going to hit you guys up. You have to zoom me in for that show in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's quiet nowadays. Now, listen, especially on a day like today, we got a bunch of day games in baseball, so 75% of the games are gone early by 4 o'clock Eastern time. We got a few night games tonight. Got a WNBA game, so nothing exciting on today's card on Wednesday, but, you know, a lot to look forward to. I want to dig in with you guys a little bit on your early things you're looking at in the NFL. You want to kick it off with some baseball? What are you guys in the mood to do, Teddy?
Well, whatever, me and TK, we spent the last couple of days talking how we're going to drive you absolutely crazy today, so let's figure that out. No, I actually like the same game as you today, Scotty. I was on your Instagram earlier, and I saw the free play that you posted, and that's my play also, and I love that game. I really do. That team's been hot, the Guardians. They've been piping hot since All-Star break. I've had a little trouble coming out of All-Star break. I do every year. And I actually had a question for you guys. So, do you guys have certain periods of the year where you just year after year you do better than others, like certain time frames?
You mean like streaks?
Well, yeah, like for me,
get hot for a bit?
For me, the week or two after All-Star break, I always, come out of the gate stumbling a little bit.
I don't think there's
Not
any
afraid to admit that, guys.
I mean, I'll speak for myself, but I don't think there's any set time for me. I just think when it's right, it's right. When the chips have fallen, the chips have fallen. It could be any time of the year. It could be April, it could be May, it could be October when it comes to baseball. But no, not really. There's no set time where we could go on a big run or stay consistent. But there are certain patterns throughout the year and certain teams like that you could really try to follow a little more tighter and more, than you were doing looser earlier in the year. Perfect two examples. The two best teams in baseball probably for the first 80 games of the season were the Dodgers and Detroit. And look what's going on with these teams right now. They can't buy a win. Detroit's they're losing today, I think, right, already?
Getting killed 6-1.
Yeah. So if they lose today, they're 1-9 in their last 10. I was saying they're the most consistent team in baseball by far, where they didn't have long losing streaks. Well, there you go. Prove me wrong right there. 1-9 if they lose this game in their last 10. And they've been playing terrible baseball. And the Dodgers the same. So, baseball's a streaky. It's a long season. You really got to pick your spots. Like you said, you made a good point. The Guardians right now, they were like going back and forth, up and down, and now they're starting to put it together. I think they're 8-2, if I'm not mistaken, in their last 10.
Yeah, they're hot.
But they're not a great home team. They're 50-50 at best, but they've won their last 3. And Baltimore is no world beater anyways, and they're really not a solid team on the road. That's why I like that play, because all the ingredients seem to give me the edge. I see the Guardians going in this direction. I see Baltimore kind of flatlining and going in a downward spiral. So all with the matchups and everything else. And the number I thought could have been higher. I thought Cleveland could have been a 140, 145. It's been 130, pretty solid all day long. But I still like Cleveland in that spot. Anything you're looking at?
Yeah, I already played a game early. I had Cincinnati early. They're up 5-0 right now in the top of the ninth. That game's already started. I'm putting out one game on my free play. It's on my Instagram. I gave it out early in my video as well. I'm going to jump on Texas Rangers here tonight. I think Corbin on the mound here this evening. I think they're minus 140 right now. Athletics, man, they're playing horrible against the AL West. They're only 2-15 in their last 17 against the AL West.
They're a hard team to figure out, man. They are.
They're 6-1 in their last 7 at home. They're playing great ball, and they're going against the lefty here tonight, Sears. I know he's pitched well in the last few games. I was looking at his stats, but see Texas coming out minus to 140. Should get a nice win at home tonight. So that's to be my top play and for the free this evening in MLB.
The question Teddy asked earlier, I mean, what's your thoughts? Is there any particular times of the year you feel you can, your winning gets any
I think college basketball, man. Playing every night. That's
about
the streaks. Baseball?
Yeah.
Baseball, I'm pretty consistent throughout the year in baseball. I do, right before the All-Star break,
right.
I seems that the first 2 weeks before the All-Star break, I have a little trouble on the games there.
See, that's me the 2 weeks after the All-Star break. Yeah.
So maybe we should fade each other 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. We probably have a good run.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? The Florida Marlins the Miami Marlins are trying to hang on again today to get another win. They've been playing really good baseball over the last 30 games. Very, very consistent.
Oh, yeah.
They're starting to pick it up. I mean, yeah, they're 5-5 in their last 10, but they've been playing much better over the last 30 games than they did the first 70 games of the season, and they have a 3-2 lead going into, I think, the 8th inning right now against San Diego. Again, they were a dog in this game. They won last night. They lost the first game, which I thought they could have won that first game of the series. So they're interesting right now. They're playing better baseball. A lot of these teams are just bouncing around, man. If you notice this, no one's going on any winning streaks. They win a game, they lose a game. It's just like you can't get any rhythm.
There's no consistency.
Right, no rhythm.
The Brewers are on a good run. They got beat out last night on that Raleigh home run. One bad pitch in that game.
1-0, right?
1-0.
Yeah.
One bad pitch, man. He just slipped it up there, went over. I had Milwaukee last night, unfortunately.
That was a hell of a pitching match.
Great matchup last night.
A 2-hitter versus a 4-hitter. Milwaukee had 11 in a row, swept the Dodgers. 6 out of those 11 wins came against the L.A. Dodgers. They destroyed the Dodgers in all 6 of those games, 3 at home, 3 on the road. They would have been going for an even dozen last night, but they did lose a brutal game, 1-0, and they're coming back and playing this afternoon. Anybody looking at that game? You got Seattle about $1.30 something. $1.30, $1.35 playing the Brewers. You got Priester against Castillo. It's not a bad matchup. Both these guys are pretty solid with low ERAs. Any take in that game at all? No?
I'm not using it personally, but I would have to lean towards Seattle after Milwaukee lost that game last night. And Seattle's not playing bad. I mean, if you're watching all their stuff, I was just looking at the stats here. Let me check out the stats and the pitchers going there today. But Milwaukee, they're 7-2 the last 9 meetings against Seattle. But I'd have to jump on I'd probably play Seattle in this game with Castillo on the mound here. Both of them roughly got about the same ERA going into this game.
Yeah, I actually did. I did play Seattle in this one. I just, I look for when a game like that, when you fight and you're 0-0 for the whole game, and then you score at the end.
That's brutal.
It can really take something out of a team.
And they had chances in the last couple innings.
They did.
They had base runners on, couldn't do shit.
Yeah, and it could really take something out of the team. Plus, I love Gilbert for Seattle. He's pitching.
Logan Gilbert?
Castillo. I mean, Gilbert was last night. But I love Castillo. I love a lot of Seattle's pitchers. I've been playing a lot of Seattle first 5-inning plays. Their bullpen's a little shaky. Their bullpen's a concern. It held up last night, but it's a concern oftentimes. So a lot of times when I play Seattle, I play them on the first 5. Now the numbers aren't working for the first 5 for me on this one, so I actually already put the bet in, the small bet on the Mariners money line.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. If you look at some of the standings right now, teams that were down all of a sudden have turned it around. Like Toronto is in the lead now in the AL East. They got the best record. They got one of the best records in baseball. They started out really slow earlier in the year. Now they're sitting at 59-42, first place by 3 games over the Yankees. That series is going on. They're playing another one tonight. And the Red Sox, turned it around. They were under 500. Now they're 5 games over, but they've been struggling a little late since they won that 10 games. They had that 10-game win just before the All-Star break. They came back from the break, and I think they've won 1 out of the last 3 or 1-3 or 1-4 in their last 5 games. So it just shows you how fast you can get hot is how fast you can go cold.
Yeah.
Here's a perfect example with the Red Sox. The Red Sox have done this multiple times this year. If you've been betting on them, they've gone on runs where they win a bunch of games. You think they're ready to really crush it, and then they go bad for a bunch of games. So this same kind of similar. Before the break, they were dynamite, and now since the break, they're 1-4, I believe, in their last 5. And here's a couple other examples. Detroit, as bad as they're playing, they're still 18 games. Well, they may be 17 games over if they lose this one today. They got a 9-game lead in that division. I mean, the next best team is Cleveland, who's 50-50. So, I mean, that division, I think Detroit, to be honest, they'll find a way to pull it back together. I think they're probably the team to beat in the AL this year.
Do you think that teams look at that and they look that they have such a big lead and they take their foot off the gas sometimes?
No, not in baseball, because it's such a long season and you still got so much time left. I don't think maybe they can relax a little bit, but I don't think you want to keep losing like this. They're a team that was so consistent. I mean, they were playing at 65% win percentage, and like I said, in their last 10 games, they're playing at 10% win. That's a big drop off. I don't think you're relaxing that much that you want to go from playing 65% winning ball down to 10% winning ball. But again, they still have a huge lead in that conference. In that division. But and then you got Houston and Seattle. I mean, in the AL West, Houston's turning it around. They were under 500 for a while. Now they're 17 games over. They're a funny team to watch. I don't know if you see that. They're very streaky. They go on big runs, or then they lose a few, and then they go on these runs like they're boom, like up and down, like really. But they've been so consistent over their last 40 games. I think they have the best record in baseball over the last 40. I think by far.
Yeah, Houston, I was riding them before the All-Star break. I'm actually on their pitcher tonight, Walter, over the strikeout total, which I believe is sitting at 4.5. I think this guy should get 5 strikeouts, maybe 6 strikeouts tonight. So I'm actually on that play. Walter over 4.5 strikeouts, guys.
He's just not proven enough for me, and I think Arizona with their starting pitcher tonight. I mean, he's pretty solid. He's 10-6 this year. His ERA's high, almost 5 a game against an offense like Houston's. But that's a game I'm definitely not touching that one today. I think that game could go either way.
It could, and the public's all over Arizona. I mean, the lines move towards them, but they're like 80% of the bets are on Arizona. So yeah, I'm not touching the game. I'm just playing that strikeout prop there.
Yeah, watch out too in the Seattle game. Kyle Raleigh's out of the game rest today, so he's not
playing
in the game.
Really?
Yeah, it's him 1 o'clock Eastern time. They
flash
him out.
But the line's still up there.
Line's still 120.
Yeah. The most interesting 2 divisions are actually in the National League. If you look at it, Phillies and Mets are separated by a half a game. That's going to be interesting all the way to the end, I think. Those teams are just, pretty solid teams. They can stay consistent. Right now, they're first and second place, half a game out is the Mets from Phillies, and the Cubs and Brewers are deadlocked. Same record, 60-41. Both playing really good baseball right now, consistent. Obviously, we talked about the Brewers winning 11 in a row and dropping their first one yesterday, but they've turned it on big time. Out of nowhere, they were real quiet, and now all of a sudden they're tied for the lead with the Cubs. Who do you like in the? I know you said something about.
I've been preaching Cubs. You talking about that division? I've been preaching Cubs for weeks now. If you've remember, I was talking about them last week. I was talking about them before the All-Star break. I love the Cubs. I mean, like you were saying, there's not really any consistent, like super consistent teams right now in baseball, but
that's the problem.
They're pretty much as close as it gets.
For the bettors out there, guys, think about it. You got to be careful. You can't just chase after like a certain team, because that team could let you down big time and financially let you down. Just when you think they're going to get better, they're not getting better. They're staying kind of mediocre at best. Perfect example, probably the team that's burning more money than anyone over the last several days and weeks is the LA Dodgers. I mean, they've just been playing, they were playing so well at one point, and lately they have just not been doing anything. And a lot of guys feel, they're going to come right out of it. They're going to, catch fire and win a bunch of games. Hasn't happened for a bit.
Yeah, and people love betting them. They're at these -2. Like they're minus 200, And what people like doing is they like putting them in those parlays, you know. So you got, like, I'll give you an example. You got 3 teams that are minus 200 or more. I'm sorry, 2 teams that are minus 200 or more, the Dodgers and the Rays. So, you know, damn well, a lot of people are going to take the Dodgers and the Rays and put them in a 2-team parlay, then maybe throw in one more team that's like minus 180, like the Cardinals against the Rockies, and they're going to throw those 3 teams together in a parlay, and chances are one of those teams are going to lose. So, you know, just because the team should be good, like Scotty's saying, doesn't mean that you want to just ride them every single night because they're that team.
I think Verlander might get his first win this year.
Well,
Huh?
Did you guys see what happened with him with the umpire?
No.
So
I'm just curious. What's the score of that game? I think they're up pretty solid against Atlanta, right?
9-0.
Yeah, I think he's getting his first win
So-
after 9 starts,
so
after 8 losses.
Good story. He was in the dugout and somebody else was pitching, and there was a call that he didn't like. So he was trying to support his teammate. He was chirping at the umpires, and the umpire fired back at him, and he got caught on a hot mic. And he said to Verlander, "Why don't you try getting out of the 3rd inning before you keep talking all that talk?" And it went viral. And you know, for anyone that doesn't know, Verlander's a historically very good pitcher who's been having a very bad
He'll be in the Hall of Fame.
year this year. Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame pitcher. What is he, like 42 now? 41, 42?
He's up there. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
he's in his early 40s, and the umpire said, "Just why don't you try getting out of the 3rd inning because he's had such a bad run this year."
He's been getting rocked, but he's getting a lot of run support today, and he's spot on. He's holding the Braves down. No runs so far. What inning is it?
I didn't see, but I had San Fran the first night. They in that series they ended up losing, and they come back and winning today and won yesterday. The 3 hottest teams since the break right now: Milwaukee Brewers, Cleveland Indians, and the Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
There's the money line there. Orioles dump, Tigers dump, San Fran.
You guys see the Marlins had that walk-off grand slam on Friday?
Yep.
I almost went to that game. A couple of my cousins went to that game. But yeah, and the other thing with these teams, like the Braves are a team that have just never gotten it figured out.
No, not at all. You think
I
they're
just
going to
don't
bust?
get it.
You think they're going to bust out and then nothing happens?
Right, every single time.
Right, and they always get price in their favor too. The odds on that,
All right.
even on the road and stuff.
Let's take a little pause, Scotty. We got Ben's got some comments.
We got a lot
and
of
questions.
comments going on. We got, yo, it's Cooper. It's me, Cooper.
Oh, I got Coop. I know who it is.
You know who that is?
Yeah. What's up, Coop?
You got Coop. We got who do you guys like tonight from George?
Who do you like? What? Any game?
Says who do you guys like tonight? OPP says he's got Mets and Dodgers today. Who do you guys think?
See, OPP, no disrespect, but you're doing
big favorites.
You're exactly what we're talking about. You're just taking the big favorites and throwing them in parlays,
Hoping for the best.
hoping for the best. Now, the Mets are winning 6-1, so that was a good pick, but you just got to be careful. I mean, Vegas knows that that's what people like to do, so I just don't.
But we get the reason why people are doing that.
Yeah.
because they're looking for the obvious in their mind,
Right.
And they put in a parlay, and that's it.
Yeah, like I know guys that just take whoever's playing the Rockies and the White Sox and put them in a parlay.
That didn't work last night because I had the game last night. I had St. Louis. So.
Yeah, me too.
Rough first 2 innings of that game. They got 2 bad pitches in that game, Bill, in the first 3 innings.
That was my Instagram play last night.
Same
The
as me.
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
A lot of people put the Cubs in last night in minus 1.5 runs and on the money line because they had Rich Hill starting for the other side. He's 45 years old, and he's going against a pretty damn good pitcher for the Cubs. I mean, and the Cubs were like a 260 favorite, and the Cubs are playing so much better ball than the other side. So I could understand a lot of guys definitely shortened that price. Definitely went after it minus the 1.5 runs instead of laying the 260 and put it into probably a 2-3 team parlay. Stuff like that's kind of obvious. I mean, I get why people do it.
Yeah.
They're looking to grab, they're looking to go for it. They're taking all the big favorites and but guys, those big favorites don't win all the time. No way. There's no sure thing. No sure thing. I've seen a lot of these big favorites get on the toilet a lot.
And another thing to look for, OPP, like I'm looking at this Dodgers line. So if you look at let's say at Pinnacle, it's gone from 235 to 195. At Westgate, it's gone from 240 to 210. So whenever you have these big favorites and you see the line drop 30, 40 points, keep an eye out for that. If anything, I want to see the line go the other way. I want to see him go from 220 to 250. That would make me feel a little bit better. If I'm already betting a big favorite anyway, what's the difference in the extra few points? So whenever I see him drop like that, that's even a bigger red flag for me. And then if you look at the run line, it's not.
Yeah, but you can understand why people do that. I mean, obviously, they're not going to lay 260. They think they're going to blow them out because they're a 260 favorite. They're figuring, they're such a huge favorite, they got to win this game easily.
They put them in a parlay.
No, it's not even that. They'll take it. They'll lay the
the run line, right,
and then they'll put it in with a couple other big favorites, do the same exact thing, and unfortunately, one of those big favorites may win by only one run, or they may lose it. So you blow the parlay, even though you got three of the best situations going that night. There's no guarantee. Listen, Vegas, these sports books, they're not stupid. They're putting it out there for you to take shots at them. And at the end of the day, they know they're going to get you, so they'll do it all day long. And they hope you guys do that stuff constantly, because they know they got the upper hand when it comes to sports betting on their side versus you guys taking shots at them like that. But I still like the strategy of looking for the key games. I'm looking for that one game I feel that hits all the criteria from the checkpoints that I do it. I'm sure you guys feel the same way. You're doing it, to look for that game that you feel you have the distinct edge. And I'd rather put more money into that one solid game than just try to skip around hop around and try to, just do things that I really wouldn't be doing just to try to cash a ticket by playing big odd teams and putting them in parlays and hoping they all, hope they all win that night.
And you got to watch on baseball, man. The trade deadline's coming up here on Thursday, July 31st. I mean, who do you think the biggest trade target is for this year for the second half of baseball? I would have to go with the pitcher for the Royals, Seth Lugo, man. He'd be a good one to get rid of as well. And Alcantara for the Marlins. I think I said that a couple weeks ago.
He's not doing nothing though. He pitched good today. He's pitching today. He held them down. I think he only allowed 1 or 2 runs. So he had a good outing.
You think the Royals are giving up like that? He's actually pitching right now. You think they're giving up like that?
No, those would be some top guys. I think this Paul Skeens could be a good trade as well. Will they get rid of him? He's a former number one draft pick.
Get rid of? Where are you hearing this stuff?
Don't you read this
stuff?
Yeah, but
I'm not saying they get
I think Paul Skeens wants to be somewhere else.
Yep.
Well, I would think
I think he's a very, very good pitcher, Cy Young contender.
Get a lot of guys for him.
For him, and they need. I mean, these guys. It's nice to have good pitchers, but when you can't score runs, what's the point? Now, don't get me wrong. The Pirates are another team. Lately, they haven't been too bad. They've been winning probably a little bit above 50-50 lately, but they're still 20 games below 500, so their season's done. So I think it would be a good spot for them to move Skeens. I mean, you could send it. There's a lot of big teams that I could see Skeens going to the Yankees.
Yankees. You got Zach Gillian too, another starting pitcher, the Diamondbacks. They could get rid of him and get some prospects as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. We'll see where it ends up though at the end of the day.
Next week, man. It's coming up quick.
Yeah, definitely. Hey,
was it Wednesday?
Be the 31st, whatever day the 31st is.
Okay.
I just want to put one other play out there for the crowd, the audience. I'm using the Yankees tonight over Toronto. I like the Yankees in this spot with Fried over Bassett. I think that's the right move. They found a way to come back and get the win last night. I think they'll have the upper hand in this one today. I'll take the Yankees in this move, minus 140. I think there's a good value there. When Fried's on, he's very, very tough, and I think he can definitely shut down Toronto in this matchup tonight. So I'm going to definitely jump on the Yankees minus the 140 on the money line. So I like Cleveland, and I like the Yankees. 2 American League teams.
I love Fried on the mound for the Yankees. I like the way the lines moved also. The Yankees, they've gotten about 10 points on that line, around 130, 135, up to around 140. Yeah. Pinnacle's got it at 143.
I'm waiting to see the Yankees make one of those big runs.
Man. They're gonna make.
They're gonna have to sooner or later. If they don't, they're not gonna end up too well. They'll be at this stage like maybe 10 games over or whatever. Well, they're just fluctuating around.
They're 11 games over right now, and there's other teams that are 20 games over. I think they're better than their numbers say. I think they're going to go on that run. They've had the injury bug on the bats a little bit. Judge was out for a while. Some guys were out. So I think they get healthy. They seem to always make that end of the year run towards the postseason.
Yeah, well, they need to because we're getting down there. It's there's only 60 games left basically in the season. So
who do you see making a run? Like out of the good teams that haven't been playing the best, who do you see making a run.
I don't see a lot. I don't see any consistency on some of these teams. To be honest, the ones that were standing out was Detroit, obviously, because they were playing so well, winning 65% of their games until this run of 1-9 in their last 10. I think it's 1-8. If they lose today, it's 1-9. So I mean, it's kind of scratching my head to that because they were playing outstanding for so long and not losing games, like I said. And all of a sudden now they just, I don't know what's transpired, but for that team with all those weapons and that great pitching staff they have, to be 1-9 and losing 3 in a row to Pittsburgh, it's pretty nutty, I think. What do you think about that 1-9 Detroit?
1-9. I haven't really played them. I think I played them a couple times before the All-Star break. I haven't really touched them since the second half. I mean, since you guys gave out 2 plays, should I give out another one? Should I give out my private player tonight for the guys watching?
I don't know what you should do.
I'll give one out too. This is my private player. They'll probably get mad because they're paying for these plays. But I'm jumping on the Phillies tonight. I got the lefty Lazard on them. I'm minus 145 going against Boston. It should be a solid pitching matchup here tonight. I mean, I got this line should be like 165, 170. It's only at 150. I'm getting a 15-point edge in my head on this game.
You know that I don't know what's going on, but it dropped. It's in the low 130s now.
I see 130s at the Pinnacles, 131. Yes.
Yeah, it dropped. I wonder why.
See, I look at the Serica, the South Point, and the Westgate. The offshore books are good as well. But
I think a game like this, the Red Sox can hang in it tonight because that pitcher can definitely keep him around. He's been pretty consistent. I might like a play like plus 1.5 runs. If I was looking at a game like that, I might take the Red Sox plus 1.5 runs. I think they got a shot to be in it to win it. And if I get 1.5, it makes me feel a lot better. So I see the value on a game like this is not the money line, but the run line with the Red Sox. And I see the money coming in, which makes it even more interesting that I think it could firm it up that that game might be a little closer than people anticipate, and it could go either way. So I think 1.5 makes it a strong play. I don't even know what the odds are at this point.
Which game?
Red Sox plus 1.5 runs. They're laying 175. I think they got a shot because, like I said, that pitcher's been very consistent for them throughout the season. I mean, Luzardo's been up and down, man. He started out a house of fire. He's a Miami guy, right? Luzardo?
Parkland guy, actually.
Okay. But he hasn't been a world beater in his last several starts. He's been up and down.
Yeah, he's cooled off. He's cooled off for sure.
I mean, last time he didn't even get the decision. The Angels won the game 6-5, so he didn't get any decision on that, and he let a bunch of runs. I like the Red Sox in that spot, plus 1.5 runs, guys. I think that's a great move because the Red Sox can show up in games like this, especially when they have the right pitching and the right situation, and I think they're going to come to play in this game tonight.
Well, one of us is going to win tonight because I got Philly. It's my strongest play on the board.
We can both win.
So I'm going to watch this one. Yeah, we can both win on this one. Now, going back, Teddy, we're talking about odds and stuff. You watch this stuff around, like a couple of odds are going offshore. Who do you think has the sharpest lines out there in the business right now, besides like the Serica and Pinnacle? What other ones do you watch?
We always say that every week.
Yeah, those are the 2 sharpest, but there's other ones too. There's been some other sharp movements at a couple of these other books offshore.
On what sport?
I don't really look at
in the WNBA.
I don't really look at many other.
Because I know you watch the line moves. I've seen your videos and stuff. You got the line moves breaking up there. I don't know what you're watching out there.
He's watching everything, man.
Watching line
does he have all this time to watch shit?
That's our job.
He's watching ESPN. He's watching us. He's watching my videos.
That just shows I'm putting in the work, man. I'm putting in the work for these guys over here.
By the networks to watch shit.
Hey, we're gonna bring in some boxing gloves or pillow fights over here in a couple of weeks.
I'm telling you,
I can't wait.
I'm waiting for Ben to bring in the.
I've never seen a guy that watches more shit than this guy.
Well, you got to watch. If you're not watching, you're not knowledgeable.
You guys got to be on. You got to be on top of the line.
Hate to clue you in, but this is 36 years right here. There's a lot of knowledge up there.
The times are changing, man. Things are getting tough. AI is sharper than you, and I can tell you that right now.
I don't know
AI is sharp out there right
now. So I'll answer your question.
Yeah.
I've been a little bit disappointed with Pinnacle lately. It seems like they're a little bit behind. Like, for instance, what I'll do, Pinnacle will move.
Pinnacle's sharp on soccer.
Yeah, like in baseball, they're not that great. Like, they'll move a line. So, like, let's say an over will be 9 on every single sports book. They'll jump it up and it'll be like 9 minus 120, right? I'll see Pinnacle jump it up to 10 plus 150.
Yeah. Well, they're also pulling an alternate line on Pinnacle sometimes. So that's coming in on that feed. That's how it's coming.
Is that why
you're seeing a little bit different on Pinnacle right now? That's why Pinnacle. I got them in the middle. Jazz still use them. They're big off.
Like, I'll give you an example in this Boston Philly game. Everyone I'm looking at has 8.5 for the total. Pinnacle has 9.
Yeah.
So but let me ask you a question. Doesn't that the old strategy? By having more places, that's where you have the better edge. You shop it.
Yeah,
you don't have just one. You don't want to be with the sharpest place. You want to be with the dull places, and then go against the sharp.
Yeah.
So you want to have multiple books,
or sometimes go with the sharpest.
For the more serious players, you definitely want to have outs. You want to have multiple outs, guys, because one place might have the line at 130, one might have it at 136, one might have it at 141.
Bet both sides and win.
I have
arbitrage betting. Is that what it's called?
I'm talking baseball.
Arbitrage.
You could definitely have that baseball. You could have one minus 160, another place have minus 40. You got a middle edge 10 cents. Right. You're betting $1,000.
Yeah, but
usually $100.
In this day and age, like you said, with the AI or technology, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get those big spreads like advantage
with the offshore. With the offshore,
you got to be right on it.
Here's the thing. You got these social sports books now like Fliff and Legends and Novig. Well, no, Prize Picks is DFS. Prize Picks is fantasy. The social sports books, what they do is they have a loophole where they're pretty much legal in every state and you could bet regular games. But what they're doing, I have a client, shout out Turner. He's an absolute maniac, good kid. He's young. Young kids don't understand this business very well. But he's on.
Don't tell that to Cooper.
He's in Texas. Is Cooper a young kid too?
Yeah.
Turner, Cooper, those are young kids' names. But he's in Texas and he's using these social sports books, and I'm giving him games that are that I'm having at like minus 150, and he's getting them on these social sports books at minus 175 because they know that they can do that because they're one of the only shows in town for that specific area. So you got to be careful when you're looking at that also. I mean, what do you do when, or I'll give you another example. I liked the Cubs' first 5 innings over a run and a half. So all the team total over a run and a half, nobody had it. Hard Rock had it. No other sports books had it. So it's like...
When you say you like it, is that stuff you're giving out? Or
that was my play. I was giving that play out, and I actually stopped giving it out because I gave it out to like 10 people, and the only guy that can get it in was the guy that had Hard Rock. So interesting, but...
Well, guys... Miami Marlins victory today. Boom. Another win for them. I told you that San Diego team, I don't trust them. That's another perfect example. The first 3 weeks of the season, house of fire, they did better in the first 2-3 weeks, I keep repeating this, than they've done over the last probably 14 weeks.
Yeah.
Their record has just been like this. They're not a good team to bet on. They're just an up and down team, and a lot of people chase them. Because I don't know what it is, whatever the case, because they do have some excellent ball players. I can't believe they're not playing better than they are with the lineup that they have, because they got some pretty damn good players on that team.
Let me ask you a question, Scotty. Forget about the matchups, forget about who they're playing, but you just made a good comment. They're not a good team to bet on. Who do you think right now, forget about the matchups, forget about who they're playing, but if you just had to blindly pick 3 best baseball teams to bet on right now?
Ooh, that's a good one, Teddy. You're going to put me to work. I got to hold on.
This is going to be a clip. That's why I did it.
Yeah. Well, I got to be honest with you. I think the Miami Marlins have been a good bet over the last 30 games. They've been consistent. I've jumped in and out of them. I've used them in certain spots depending on the price and who they're playing against. I think they're a good solid move lately. I mean, I think you could have made money with them. If you look at their last probably 25, 30 games, you would be up some extra money there. Obviously the New York teams have been burning money left and right. Another team that I was doing great with until this last 10 games was Detroit. I've stayed away from them, luckily. I have not really got involved with them, and I will not touch them. Guys, that's another thing, and I'll answer Teddy's question with the other teams. Do not chase teams that are playing this poorly right now. Let them come out of this funk somehow, some way. Start seeing them play a little bit better. I'd like to see their next 10 go 7-3. Now I'm starting to think they're getting back on their A game again. Then I might start looking to jump in on them if I can find the right price and who they're playing against. Okay, so getting back to other teams. Obviously, the West Coast. It's tough because a lot of these teams, the Cubs have been decent. They've been a moneymaker because I'm looking for teams that kind of stayed in the frame of being consistent. Cubs have been consistent, haven't gone on, really any major losing streaks more than 3-4 games. So they've been a pretty decent play. But again, I'm not playing. Are you asking me teams I would bet every day or teams that just in general that, you know what I mean? Because I'm not betting any one team every single day.
Right. No, I'm just saying.
Another one I bet against is Atlanta too, because they're a.
I'm just saying, team. Like if you had to blindly pick, if someone just came to you and said, "Hey, I'm putting a gun to your head, just pick 3 teams today," So,
well, the teams I would trust the most over the last several games is the Houston Astros. Obviously, you could say Milwaukee, but I wasn't really using them during that big run. I did have them a few times. I had them 2 out of the 3 in Milwaukee, and I actually had them 1 out of the 3. So I had 3 out of 6, and I got paid on them. So right now, the teams I trust the most would be still, I think Detroit somehow is going to come back. I like Houston, like I said. And moving forward, I think the Yankees might be a little start playing more consistent. So they would be a team I would pick my spots with against certain opponents they're playing and certain numbers on them. If they're big-ass favorites, I'm not going to touch them no matter what. But if I can catch them as small prices on the road or at home against a certain other team that I think they have the edge on, that's what I would
about
do.
you, TK?
I'd say the Toronto Blue Jays and the Milwaukee Brewers.
Wow,
you can make
nice.
money on that. Look at
Well, you could have made money on it.
they're going to still continue to make money. The Brewers and Toronto are going to play. If you bet the Yankees every game since they've been back, you bet $100 on them, you're down $1, so you're not that much. And
I'm going Cubs, Astros, Blue Jays.
Yeah, the Cubs. That was my
Cubs, Astros, Blue Jays. Those are the 3 teams I'm going to be keeping my eyeballs on.
So we're pretty close.
We're pretty close.
I got
yeah.
Cubs, Astros, and Yankees.
And you got and he has Blue Jays and Brewers. Now, I'm not against the Brewers. I mean,
don't
listen.
see any consistency. Do you?
Well, here's the thing: the Brewers have the best one. I'm looking. I think they might have the best record in baseball right now, or tied for the best record in baseball. With no, they have right now. They have the best record in baseball.
Yeah.
But
nobody has a great record.
You can't discount
19
them.
games over is the best record in baseball. No one's coming close to 100 games win this year.
No.
Guaranteed that.
No.
And I told you guys before the baseball season, if you remember, if you're lucky, you'll get to win 100
And
games.
what was the White Sox total? 50
They
something?
might go. They're playing good right
They're
now.
at 36. They only need to win like 14, 15 more games.
They need to win 17.
It's 53?
18. 53 and a half.
Talk about
Okay.
baseball. Who's going to
I
hit the
think
most
they have
home
a-
runs? You like the standings? You like the player props? Who's going to hit the most home runs this year?
We got.
You gotta choose.
I'm going to divert that question. I don't have to answer. We got a question.
Well, I
from
was going
these
to say
guys.
we got another baseball question. With Gino Suarez on a tear right now and upping his trade value with 35 home runs behind Judge and the big dumper, where do you guys think he ends up?
Suarez? I mean, it's the teams that have the big bucks at the end of the day. I mean, to fill in these the key spots. I mean, it's always the teams that, with players like that they're going to be attracted to the big market cities. I mean, it depends who's looking for what at that point in time. If you're looking for that type of position player, if you already have one, if they already have someone that's excellent in that same spot as him, obviously they're not going to go. He's going to go to another situation that they're looking for that type of player. His position.
So the Mariners are actually. That's what I'm hearing is that they're talking to the Mariners about trading him. The thing for me with the Diamondbacks is they're not necessarily out of it. Sometimes I don't really understand. Maybe you guys can fill me in here. Why a team that's not really out of it is looking to trade these big bangers, these big hitters. Like what's the reason for that? Because they're only 2 games below 500 right now. The D-backs.
Well, it's probably when it's all said and done, it's got to be about the money,
Yeah.
and then what your future brings, for next year and further out. So they got to make moves, or these guys' contracts are set up where they can say adios and they get nothing for them.
Yeah, but to answer that question, there's a lot of rumors with him and the Mariners. It's just and he would make the Mariners better. They're kind of on the cusp right now. They have really good pitching. They seem to do very well in the first 5 innings, like I was saying. So that would be
Who plays
interesting.
third base for the Mariners right now? I'm not sure who plays third base, but looking at Suarez, he's got 36 home runs. He's tied with Ohtani. He's tied with Judge. You put him on a team like Seattle with Raleigh, got 2 of the top home run hitters in the league playing together.
Yeah,
I'm not sure who's playing third base right now for Seattle.
and
but
Seattle afford him. I don't know what kind of money. I don't know what kind of money. I don't know what kind of money he's going to, require to come on that team. And what would they have to give up for?
They're not a big market team. Right. They're not a big money team. So, and that's why, guys, you see, like, during the trade deadlines, a lot of times the teams that are getting the big names, the Cubs, the Yankees, the Brewers.
The West Coast teams, the East Coast teams,
Dodgers.
Chicago's, the New Yorks, the LAs, they get the creme de la creme players because obviously players want to play in the big markets and they want to play for a winning organization when all's said and done.
Any other questions, Ben?
No, he just said he's about to be a free agent.
He's about to free.
That's what he said. He's about to the guy
Suarez.
Yeah,
he's about to be a free agent.
right.
Yeah.
But you're asking if he's going to get traded this year and where he's going to go. So, but he could just wait it out and get a big contract.
I think we did a lot of baseball today, boys. A lot of baseball. We broke
Getting
it
off
all
of
down.
baseball, man. They said the day I was watching another show. They said the best trade in NHL history. Same thing you guys just said. Tkachuk was the best trade 3 years ago in NHL
That's
history.
Scotty's line right there.
That's what I was saying.
That's Scotty's line. I got to give the credit where it's due.
Unbelievable.
But he's absolutely
He's gonna
right.
be out. He's having surgery, right?
There's a reason why he sits in front of us every. I guess
He's smoking a joint, but it's actually a mouthpiece.
That's
over
his
there.
mouth. There's a reason why he sits in front of us every show because he's an elite.
Yeah.
You know, he's the biggest thing to happen to South Florida sports probably since Dwayne Wade.
Yeah. Very well. Yeah. As far as
Maybe
what
since
he's brought to the team, I mean, I think it's even better than with Dwayne Wade.
probably
3 years, three Stanley Cups,
probably
and 2 championships, and they're going. They're loaded up for this year again.
bigger than Dan Marino.
Let's get into a little football before we wrap it up. We got a lot of stuff going on right now because you got the preseason going. I think next week, right? Or is it this week?
The first game goes next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Hall of Fame game.
All
yeah.
game.
You got the Hall of Fame game. You got a lot of these teams. Let's look at some early indications what you guys are thinking as far as win totals. Anything stand out to you guys? Any surprises that you think are worthwhile to jump on right now? Who you think the numbers are low or high on that people could take advantage and put some money on that? Any of these teams stand out to you? I got a couple in mind. I like New England to go over the win total of 8.5. I think they're gonna. I think in that division it's going to be Buffalo, New England, Dolphins, and Jets as far as in order. I don't know if the Dolphins are going to get to the 8.5 win total. I really don't. I think New England's going to be a surprise. They got an excellent head coach. They made some good acquisitions throughout, over the course of this year. And I think they could be a surprise and win double digits. So I like New England. That's one of my picks as far as going over the win total. Anything you're looking at?
I was talking as I was with a bunch of guys on Sunday. We were talking about football finally coming back, and we were talking about the Miami Dolphins regular season wins. Some books have it, I think, at 9, some at 8.5. I'd go under in this total. I definitely played under in this one. I don't see the Dolphins winning more than 7 games this year, especially with Tua. Unless something happens that Tua gets hurt and that kid comes in and has a great season, I don't see the Dolphins winning more than 8.5 games. I see them play a solid 6-7 wins this year.
2 win totals that I like. I like yours, the Patriots over, and I know you're not
Always
just.
likes my stuff.
I do, and I like
Getting odds on that one too.
I like the Saints under. I just think they really.
Yeah, they're gonna be a horror show.
They're going to be an absolute horror show. Is right.
You think what do you think of the Vegas Raiders guys? Do you think they're going to be anything this year, or they're going to be terrible, or they're going to be surprised?
Let's see what the over under on them right now is 7.5 right now.
I'm just saying in general.
In general, a couple more years on
Yeah,
them.
Tom
I know they're
Brady
getting-
part of that
they're
organization
getting
now. So
You know my favorite. I want to put this out here right now. My favorite futures bet for the NFL.
Tom Brady's back.
No, my favorite.
Hey, you never know. Venus Williams, by the way, yesterday at 45, came back and she beat the 35th.
I thought she retired.
No, she came back and played
yeah,
yesterday. She was the other girl was 25-1 favorite, and she was plus 1,400 take back. I don't understand that. The spreads are ridiculous, and she beat her. So you put $100 on it, you got 1,400.
Real quick, guys, if you want to know why I'm going under on that Saints total, also you got a rookie coach, rookie quarterback, big time instability. Like Scotty said, that's going to be a horror show. But my favorite NFL futures pick is Joe Burrow to win the MVP. He played absolutely. He had a record-setting year. He had a career.
I love that guy.
He had a career year last year. He had the best year of his career. That's what that means, in case you're wondering. And the team did bad. But they rallied at the end of the year. They almost made the playoffs. So, guys, I'm expecting big things from the Bengals this year. I don't know how far they're going to go, but I think that if they get enough wins and he plays if he just has to play the exact same way he did last year,
Don't get injured.
They just need more wins and not get injured, and Joe Burrow's your MVP, plus 650.
I love Joe Burrow, man. I think he's dynamite. I really do. I think he's a great talent. No doubt about it.
Over-under is 9.5 on this one. If I had to put another total right now, I'll put more totals out next week. But I would take the Chargers over to 9.5. I can see them winning 11 games plus this year.
I like it.
I can see the Chargers coming out hard.
You heard what I said.
I wasn't listening.
When I picked the Chargers, I thought we were going to go deep.
I didn't hear that one.
I handicapped all this shit a couple weeks ago.
But
like
guys, next week I think we should come and just lay out a ton. I think we should spend 25 minutes on NFL next week.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
Hey,
the
do it.
game will be that following day.
guys, we're going to look to give you every angle we can to give you, try to give you at least a little professional on our side that we think based on all the things that we're looking at. Again, you only see us here for an hour a week. Remember, we're doing this 7 days a week, and we're probably putting 80 hours or more into this when it comes to looking at these games and numbers and dissecting and criterias and breakdowns, you name it. I mean, this is what I'm doing, and I'm sure the guys are following the same type of format. That's why they do it for a living. We're looking for every angle possible to try to get that winning edge when it comes down to it, whether it's team totals, individuals, point spreads, over-unders, you name it. We're looking for every edge.
Real quick, the Rams. So Matthew Stafford's staying. He's starting for the Rams. He's staying there because there was a lot of talk about them picking up someone different, him moving out.
No.
How many years do you think he's got left?
Oh, I don't know. But
What is he, 37?
Well, Stafford's with the Rams.
That's what I said.
The Charge. Oh, I thought he said Chargers. I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about the Rams.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at some totals here.
He was good last year, solid as a rock, man. He took them all the way against Philly in all the way to the divisional championship.
I remember they were talking about moving him, though.
I think they'll keep him. They'll keep him.
golf this week,
McVay
Kenny?
likes him.
Man, what a British Open this week.
Football. What are you
Well, if you're talking about football next week, we got golf. Scotty Scheffler, man. Watch this, right?
Relax. We're still talking football.
You want to hear a crazy number about Scotty Scheffler? What he's doing right now is insane. I'm jumping, Scotty.
Scotty. Man. He's taking over Tiger.
Here's the thing: 134 starts.
These guys.
At 134 starts, Scotty has 17 wins and 4 majors. You know what Tiger had at the same amount of starts?
Exact.
Double. He had 8 majors and 34 wins. So with all the Tiger talk, I love Scotty. I love watching him, but he's still not close to Tiger.
By a measuring stick, Scotty is the measuring stick right now.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Forget Tiger. Tiger was in a different level.
Yeah.
Tiger's like Jack. You got Jack, you got Tiger, you got the couple of the big world names. But now in this generation, the measuring stick is Scotty. Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. Anything else, you could say Rory. But he's not on that level. He's not as clutch as Scotty is. And even these younger guys out there. I mean, there's some really good ones, but they're not on that level of Scotty Scheffler.
Absolutely.
So that's why he's doing what he's doing, man, rocking and rolling. Anything else you want to talk about? Since I will let you pick a
golf.
top.
I just figured I'd talk about golf because he's the only one that's talked golf.
NFL,
you don't talk
you jump to golf.
We'll save it.
He's talking about a lot of football next week. I mean, you got baseball.
We got football next week. For golf, we got the Ryder Cup coming up. We got the FedEx Championship coming up. So there's plenty of golf coming.
All right. And you guys are going to handle it because that's not one sport I don't get involved in.
There you go.
Not looking for that golf.
Only one game in the WNBA tonight. Atlanta against Phoenix should be probably a blowout here tonight. Phoenix 8.5.
What did you guys actually? What did you guys think? We're going to wrap it up. What did you guys think think about Venus Williams? 45 years old, man. Got to give her credit. Coming back, she hadn't played in a competitive match in over 2 years, and comes
God
out
bless
and
her.
Beats a 35th ranked, much younger opponent at a huge price. The girl.
When you got it, you got it. It's kind of like Phil Mickelson winning at 48.
You got it. Oh, okay. Ben says we got some good.
One more question. This one I think will be a good one, and we can probably end it up with this one. So
let's do it.
Who do you think could be the biggest trade this year? And they didn't specify what sport.
Biggest trade is we're going to get TK for 3 bottle taps, and we're going to trade them, and we're going to bring in the young Zach on the show. No, I'm only kidding. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, that's a great question. To be honest, I mean, I don't know what sport he's talking about because there's so much out there. I mean, it's just too open.
Well, I would say, what in your opinion?
In MLB?
Yeah.
I don't really know. I'm not kind of
biggest trade. That's a tough one. That's going to take me some time.
You thought Connor McDavid was going to Tampa. I don't know where you came up with that one, but I don't.
Biggest trade.
I don't see that.
Wow. Hockey.
That would be huge because he's the best player in the world in the NHL. And they would move him. That would be something. But I think that was just all talk and no action.
In baseball, I think the Marlins dumped a few players at this trade deadline.
That's not a big news. That's not big news.
Well, Alcantara's
He's
a
asking
solid-
for
he's a solid pitcher.
the biggest player, the biggest name out there, and no matter what the sport is, that could get traded. I really don't know, man. I'm right now focused. I got to be honest with you. Football is what it is. I mean, I don't see any trades going on in football until later in the year, so I don't know if anyone would move. As far as hockey goes, it's on the off season. As far as the NBA, I mean, we've been seeing all these big moves.
You got the Kevin Durant movement. I mean, there have been some big trades in the NBA, but
yeah, I don't really know at this point in time. You got to give me a little time on that one.
I was going to say, we could probably get back to that question. And then the last one was from OPP. I just have to give him the shout out is, when football comes back, will you all be still doing a show every week?
1,000%.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
More so than now. I mean, now is just kind of like we come here to come here.
We made it through the summer. Man.
Yeah, we
made it through the
like
summer.
like
Go
last
next
summer
week.
we paused for a whole month. I think maybe even 6 weeks. So summertime's kind of like
Can't
we
what's stretching it?
yeah, we come around, we stretch it, we
see
bullshit
it.
a little bit,
Right.
we have some fun. But
We're
football's when it
struggling.
gets serious. Football, I put in hours and hours of work before each show. Summertime, I don't, we don't put in that kind of work before the show. But football, it gets more serious than ever. OPP,
Are we
so
gonna-
be ready.
We're going to be doing live during football, or are we going to be taping?
Oh, yeah,
during
we're going
football?
live.
We keep going live
Because
every week.
live makes it easier for Ben. He doesn't have to do all the edits on the show. So we got to take care of our boy.
Thanks, guys.
I like the live too, as long as we get questions coming in. Whatnot.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Great show, man. Great show. I hope we helped the audience out there. We gave you a couple of games tonight. I told you I'm on Cleveland and the Yankees. Those are the plays I feel are worth your while. In baseball, we talked a little bit about a couple of teams. I like New England on their win total to go over 8.5. I think that could be a good play if you want to try to lock that in. Nothing to go crazy on, guys. These are not games to go big-time money. They're games to have some fun with. And I like the LA Chargers. I think the LA Chargers this year have a big shot of going deep in the NFL. So you might want to play them on the win total. They could. I think they're going to have a really good season. I think Justin Herbert is the real deal. Again, he's thrown for more passing yards. I mentioned it last week, 23,000 in his first 5 seasons. That's 4,600 yards basically a season, which is huge. Think about it. And he doesn't really get hurt that often. He's got banged up. So if he's healthy and the way Harbaugh has that set up and the way he likes to move that ball around, I think Herbert's going to have a big year, and he's got a lot of nice weapons to go to. So that's an interesting play as far as that goes for me. Any take on anything before we go, Teddy? You good?
Yep. You could just to recap. I love the Joe Burrow MVP prop plus 650. I like the under in the Saints totals 5.5, 6 wins. And I know you're going to ask me where you could find me. You could find me at thesportsprofits.com, at the profits picks, at the _profits
I
_
think I'm
picks.
going to sit out next week and protest. I think I'm sitting out next week.
But I got to get something off my chest,
these
guys.
jump around like hyenas.
Guys, I'm going to shout out my boy Thaddeus. He's a client.
Get my handle.
Hold on, I gotta get this off my chest here. He saw somebody commenting, trying to push like another company on my page, in my comments, under my videos, and he questioned me, saying, "Oh, that's you sending so." Listen, guys, if it's not from my page, if you get another page on my page promoting another page,
I blocked those.
A lot of pages
ignore
going
it.
on you.
Ignore it. If it doesn't have the blue check mark, if it's not coming out of this mouth right here, it's fugazi.
All right. Blue check mark. Make sure, guys, verify. All right, Teddy, where can they find you since you gave that great announcement? Where can
Nice
the
shirt,
people
by the way,
find
hey Teddy. I like the shirt.
The _profits _ pick on Instagram. We got free plays up there. We got the Guardians free play up
Ben,
there
you got
right
any
now.
muzzles? Go ahead.
And
Sorry.
that's it. Let's move it over.
Well, Scott threw me off on the things today with the team totals. He could have told us we were going to talk about that. I could have picked some here today, so threw me off guard on that one. So
Come on, you should know who you like in the NFL.
it's early, man. I would start that in another 2-3 weeks. When I'm in the plane, a couple weeks, flying 13 hours, I'll take a look at it.
Oh, I meant to ask you guys before we sign off. What'd you think of the? I got to ask the 1933 throwback Pittsburgh Steelers uniforms. Like it? Like not like? We don't have to get into it. Like? No like? Yes.
I mean, throwbacks are throwbacks. Some are nice, some are ugly, but they're throwbacks.
Did you
So
like it?
no.
Okay.
I didn't like them either.
You didn't like it?
I'll be straight up. I didn't
That was
honestly.
pretty fun.
I like the baseball ones that they did for the NASCAR. I thought those were pretty nice, but
All right. Where can the people find you, Mr. TK?
Well, the best place to find me is right on my Instagram at TK Wins.
Or at
Go
the
on there
bar.
right now. Huh?
Or at the bar.
We're at the bar. Well, you can find me at the bar. I'm usually there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But you go right to my Instagram at TK Wins. You can check it out. I got some great offers right now. I know you guys are giving the offers, but I got $99.99 for 30 days. Normally $2.99. I got full season through the Super Bowl right now for $5.99. Check it out. It'll take you right to my website, tkwins.com. And check it out, man, because football's coming around the corner. Take advantage of stuff like that.
Did you renew your season tickets for the Panthers, by the way?
I already got everything going. We actually got 4 of them, added 2 of them. I'm going to be up in the Corona again.
So you'll be there this year.
Might be a few games.
All right.
I'll dump a few out.
I love it. All right. Good for you, man. Hey, guys, love it. We just have fun here. We've known each other a long time. We fool around. This time of the year, we're stretching and pulling. There's not a lot going on. Like today, for example, 70% of the games are already gone. We got a short board tonight. Football's not here yet. College football's on the way. A lot of good things that we're going to be jacked up, and we'll be full throttle, trust me, and we'll be digging deep into some topics coming up in the near future, probably starting even next week because we got an NFL game to talk about, even though it's the Hall of Fame game. I'm Scott Matthews. This is the show right here, guys. Get the Edge Sports Podcast. We're here each and every week. We do it from the great studios with the great producer, Ben Castro, here at the one and only Podcast Junkies in Boca. Beautiful Boca, where they say all the billionaires hang out. I don't see them, but I love to find them. But yes, Boca, and I'm Scott Matthews. As I said, you can find me on Instagram. Join up on our broadcast channel, guys. It's all free. We put up free stuff, nothing, no charge for it. All you have to do is click and join. The broadcast channel is on my Instagram, which is SM Sports Picks, Picks. That's my official channel. As Teddy says, I'll say blue check mark. Make sure it's me, no one else. Have a great day today. Look forward to seeing you back here next Wednesday. Guys, be safe, and we'll see you soon. Guys out there.
The new logo.
That was behind TK made that logo, ladies and gentlemen.
AI made that logo.
TK came up with it. I love it. Good job.